I've had to reassess the way I've played FIFA this year, which is something I haven't had to do in many years through all the tweaks, changes and so-called game-changing mechanics. FIFA 20 feels different to previous years, in some ways for the better, but in others not. Volta, a brand new way to play FIFA that offers a breath of fresh air to the series, is here, but does it come at the expense of the game as a whole? Many of FIFA 19's gameplay innovations were based on the attacking game. FIFA 20 swings the pendulum back the other way and puts much more emphasis on the other side of the ball. The way you defend has been overhauled and has never felt more crucial. Ultimately, you can no longer headlessly charge at a defender, hold down the tackle button and hope for the best. Defensive AI is also far more intelligent and they'll intercept passes and block shots much more often. That defensive focus is due in part to a new weapon attackers have in their arsenal. Strafe dribbling is a useful tool that provides more options when in control of the ball. If successful, at the very least you'll get fouled, giving you the chance to try out the new way set pieces are taken. It's initially difficult to get to grips with, but I found myself enjoying it greatly. Get past your man without being chopped down however, and you're in luck. This is thanks to a welcome adjustment to how player speed works in FIFA 20. A common FIFA 19 frustration was how easily slow defenders would often catch up with much faster attackers. I'm happy to report that's no longer the case. Add another new addition, the setup touch, and a devastating combo is possible. By rolling the ball into space by holding the right bumper and flicking the right stick, you're then able to hit a vicious shot on goal. Sadly, FIFA 20 provides little opportunity to actually achieve this, because the setup animation feels like it takes an age to complete, and often you're crowded out by tenacious defenders before getting your effort on goal away. As a result of all of the above, I found myself playing more on the counter-attack, which in turn has led to my biggest frustration with this year's outing. It feels completely too paced. Players may have returned to their lightning quick best, but that feels completely at odds with the speed at which the ball wants to move. New ball physics cause it to bobble and get slowed down by grass more realistically, which admittedly looks great, but it also interrupts the flow of the game. I'm all for creating as authentic a football experience as possible, something that FIFA excels at in its presentation, but I fundamentally want it to be fun first. For me, football games have often been at their best when they don't take themselves too seriously and embrace the silly side of the game. Luckily, there is still room for plenty of that in FIFA 20.
Let's go get this.
Volta is the grandstand addition to FIFA 20, and it's an amalgamation of FIFA Street and the more recent based Journey mode. In many ways, it's a successful combination. There's a lot of variety, and perhaps even enough to warrant a standalone release. That alone nullifies the argument that FIFA 20 is just a reskin of the previous year's version. Aside from regular kickoff matches, there are 3 ways to play Volta: Tour, League, and Story, each of which is appealing in different measure. Tour is where you go to play matches against the CPU, using squads pulled from the server that have been built by other players. Once you beat a squad, you can recruit a player from that team to join yours, similar to Need for Speed's Pink Slip system. It allows you to choose which of the 17 worldwide locations and forms of street football you'd like to play. Matches on smaller pitches often descend into chaos, with balls bouncing between knees, concrete and chain fences, and very little football actually taking place. But on more open pitches, Volta really comes into its own. There's time and space to pass the ball around, with enough scope to add flourishes like tricks and flicks. That said, if you overplay flair, you'll be punished, because Volta is much more rooted in classic FIFA than the old street games. There are no bonus points for skill moves, they're just another way to help win the match. As for Volta's story, it's pure cheese and its cliche-laden plot will be familiar to anyone who has seen an underdog sports movie. The acting is mixed, with one-dimensional robots sitting alongside more believable characters, like your loyal best friend Sid. Although the cutscenes often feel repetitive, Volta is never the slog the journey was, and is over in 5 to 6 hours. League is Volta's online game, and it's where you'll likely spend most of your time, especially after completing the story mode, which offers little replay value. The premise is simple: face off against other online opponents to climb the rankings, while at the same time showcasing your squad and vanity items. Outside Volta, there are numerous additions to other modes in FIFA 20. House Rules gets a couple of new options. King of the Hill is a possession-based mode I can see myself spending little time with, while Mystery Ball is pure madness. Every time the ball goes out of play, a new one appears on the pitch with a different perk attached. It's the kind of silliness I want from FIFA and continues the trend of last year's fun additions. Ultimate Team also benefits from House Rules modes this year, with a couple exclusive to Foot. Max Chemistry and SWATs modes are fun, but I can't see them being a massive time suck for people already invested in Foot's loop. They're found in the new Foot Friendlies section, meaning you can take your assembled squad offline and play with a friend. It's a quality of life improvement for those who don't want to worry about player fitness or contracts running down. For those going online, there are new season objectives. Much like a battle pass system, it sets challenges which rewards items only exclusive to this mode. Some are vanity items that express more of that welcome silliness in FIFA. These are all positive changes that add a bit more personalisation to the Foot experience. For years now, career mode has been overlooked. To be fair, in FIFA 20, some additions have been been made, but none are big enough to make a noticeable impact. A largely ineffectual morale system and unimaginative press conference sequences are entirely underwhelming. It's sad to see a mode that used to be my go-to in FIFA continue to formally be my go-to in FIFA. Hey, there's always next year. Volta is a significant addition to FIFA, and while it doesn't hit all the right notes, it's a largely enjoyable way to play a wealth of content, including a story mode that's more concise and engaging than the journey. Elsewhere, improvements have been made to the core FIFA 20 experience, especially when it comes to defending, but overall controlling the ball feels less consistently fluid. For someone not attracted by the allure of Volta, the stilted pace coupled with the neglect of offline modes such as career make FIFA 20 an adequate but ultimately underwhelming entry into the series. If you want more FIFA 20, why not check out every mode of Volta you can play, or the beginning of the story mode.